What's at stake is the future of the competitiveness of America, the future of the health of us, of the planet, of living things. I mean, there's a lot at stake here. I realized pretty early on, I like to build. I have a service mindset, and I wanted to have some impact. And I was able to gain very valuable skills as an institutional investor early in my career. So I understood how CEOs think, how investors think, how people are measured, what do those different metrics look like, and what does success look like in different realms. And so I try to bring that different mindset every day. You are taught to really speak truth to power, ask the hard questions. I was regularly meeting with CEOs of Fortune 500 companies saying, why'd you screw up last quarter, or why are you doing that? Or, it was a very open dialogue between institutional investors that are shareholders particularly, and companies, large public companies like Medtronic, Johnson & Johnson, et cetera. And so when I got to the university, one of the things that I do on a regular basis, I listen to faculty present their work, I listen to our startups present, and I immediately jump in and ask questions, right? Well, why this, or why that, or why'd you do that, or why'd you mess that up, or and that's not necessarily culturally how people engage at universities, right? But I think that brutal honesty, that truth telling, that asking the hard question, that really trying to see the big picture right out of the gate, I think that is one of the things, while uncomfortable both for me sometimes and the the person on the other side of the table here, it has been a necessary way to sort of get through what's important, what's most impactful, what can get funded. Asking those hard questions, as I did when I was an investor. The faculty members, researchers, clinicians, students, those that we work with that can do exactly what you just described. That is to say, be the technical expert, but also understand the larger application. Those are the ones that have breakout success. Okay, Johns Hopkins being America's first research university, we're celebrating our 150th anniversary next year, the sesquicentennial of Johns Hopkins. And for most of that time, we pursued research for research's sake, the curiosity of bringing that knowledge to the world. And that can have different flavors. That it's really important that you have breakthroughs, and that's the foundation for I wrote an article that was published today in Fast Company, that the basis of autonomous cars and GPS and spreadsheets and basically every therapeutic that we put in our bodies today, all of that came from fundamental university research. That wasn't some tech company in California coming up with that idea. They were the ones that eventually you have to partner with industry to commercialize. But to me, really understanding that you have technical experts, you have brilliant folks that understand it better than anyone in the world, and then pairing them with a mentor or someone who's worked in business or an investor, as you said early on, that is where the magic happens. We created a single front door. And that single front door is where faculty know to go, where students who are interested in entrepreneurship know where to go. It's where our venture capital friends know where to go, and it's where our corporate community knows. And if they come to Johns Hopkins Technology Ventures, we're just a business unit within the university. We're not a separate. We don't have a venture fund. We're not a separate entity. We're part of the university. We are a service organization. But if you come to us, your call will get answered. Your email will get answered. You will hear back from us. We have very strong metrics around turnaround time, and we will try to get you what you need. And so, bringing that business mindset, that structured mindset, was I think what has really made the difference. There was some bipartisan legislation passed in 1980 that's the underpinning of everything we're talking about today, John, and that is the Bayh-Dole Act. And I don't want to put people to sleep about government policy and everything, but the super quick version. Think about it in this way. Our tax dollars each year are going towards a number of things in the government. And one of those is federally funded research. And so a group came together, a group of, again, bipartisan legislators in 1980, and said, hey, for these institutions, these research institutions that are getting lots of dollars for research, let's make something of, let's ensure that we facilitate making products, companies, and jobs from these dollars. And so that Vital Act of 1980 really set the stage in motion for offices like the one I have the incredible privilege to run. And all the great research universities have these: MIT, Stanford, Columbia, Northwestern, Duke, et cetera. And so the mission and the mandate is, let's try to take what's invented and bring them to market. So what does that mean? If you trace back pretty much any innovation you could name on the technology front, on the therapeutic front, on the medical device front, on the diagnostic front, basically every single one of those has origins in a university. I will not consider this work a success until the skyline of Baltimore is filled with the names of companies coming out of places like Johns Hopkins, of the great research universities here in Maryland. That's how it should be. It's how other geographies have thrived and grown. And we absolutely are focused on that.